Imagine you have done everything right with your money. Every month you set a little aside, and slowly, coin by coin, you build a savings you are proud of. This is the story of that money, and of a threat you will never see coming. Year after year the pile grows taller, and it feels like the safest thing in the world. You can watch it climb, and every inch of it feels like security you earned. You did the responsible thing, so surely that money is safe. But something is happening to your savings that you cannot see. While the number in your account stays exactly the same, a quiet force has already begun to work against you. It leaves no trace, and that is exactly why it is so dangerous. It does not break in, and it does not steal a single coin. It simply touches your money while you sleep, night after night, year after year. And you will not notice a thing, not yet. Here is the strange part. Every coin is still there, you can count them, and yet your money is worth less than it was. What you are losing is not the coins themselves. It is the value hidden inside them. Out in the world, prices are quietly rising, a slow tide creeping higher every single year. The bread, the rent, the fuel, all of it drifts upward while you are not looking. Your jar of savings sits perfectly still while everything around it climbs. So you go to spend it, and something feels wrong. The same money that once filled a whole cart now barely fills a basket. Everything costs more, but your savings never grew to match. That widening gap is the silent thief, and it finally has a name: inflation. It does not announce itself, it just quietly rewrites the price of your future. And the longer your money sits still, the more of that future it takes. And this is not happening in one unlucky shop. It is happening everywhere, all at once, to everyone. Every price around you has been quietly rewritten upward while your paycheck stayed the same. Step back far enough, and the loss is bigger than it ever felt up close. Money that could have bought a home a decade ago now buys only a fraction of one. The years you spent saving were quietly taxed by a force you were never taught to see. But here is where the story turns. You are not helpless against this tide, and you never were. You just have to stop standing still and letting it wash over you. The choice in front of you is surprisingly simple. You can let your money sit and slowly sink, or you can put it to work so that it grows. One path quietly drowns, the other begins to rise. So instead of hiding your money away, you plant it. You put it somewhere it can actually grow. And almost at once the first small green shoot breaks the surface. It is fragile, but for the first time your money is moving in the right direction. You do not risk everything on a single bet. You spread it across many places, in steady, sensible rows, the way a careful farmer plants a field. That way no single storm can ever wipe out the whole harvest. And then something remarkable begins to happen. Your money starts growing faster than the prices are rising. For the first time in this story, you are pulling ahead of the tide instead of sinking beneath it. Give it enough time, and growth begins to build on growth. Each gain earns its own gains, faster and faster, in a quiet chain reaction. The same force that once felt unstoppable against you is now the one being left behind. Years later, you stand inside a future you actually built. Not savings that merely survived, but savings that grew into something far larger than where you started. The tide is still there, far below, and for the first time it no longer frightens you. This is what it truly looks like to beat inflation. Not by working yourself to the bone, but by refusing to let your money stand still and rot. The threat becomes something you quietly manage, instead of something you fear. And all of it began with a single ordinary decision. The choice to plant one coin instead of burying it in the dark. That very same choice is still sitting in front of you today. The tide will keep rising whether you act or not. That part is not up to you. The only real question is whether your future rises along with it. So start now while the choice is still yours, and let your money grow toward the light. Thanks for watching Early Birds Invest. If you enjoyed this story, subscribe for more animated videos about money, business, and investing. And remember, stay curious, stay early. I'll see you in the next one.